Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me. Some reason, I tried to set up I tried to go live from the Google Chrome and it just wouldn't let me do it. I don't know what's going on, but I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. And let's see if you can. If you just let me know with some comments, I would appreciate it. Sorry about that, everyone. Apologize. Again, I thought I had to. Okay, thanks, Evan. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to let's see what I can do in terms of getting everyone from that one place to here. If I can do that, because it doesn't seem like it's happening there. So I guess I can go here. Share. Okay. Share. 1 second. Apologize, everyone. I really do apologize. Again, I'm still getting the hang of this. I'm figuring it all out, unfortunately. Just give me 1 second. I want to let everyone know that it's on this link instead. Sorry, just 1 second. I will get right back. I gotta put this on a few other places and then I can start showing you what I got. Give me 1 second. Thanks for being here. Just give me 1 second. That's the two main places here. That should cover it. Okay. I'll do that there. I gotta get the hang of this. I just don't know what the hell's going on. It said you can't go live. I guess they said you choose a different way. I don't know. I don't know. Did I? Let me get back. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Hello, Amoral Fat 40 ounce and Evan. Appreciate it, guys. All right, so I'm just going to set up something here quick. Give me 1 minute because I want to see what I can do in terms of 1 second. You know what? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let me go through my original art, what this is about here. So I'm going to open this up a little. Okay. All right. Okay. So the first one I'm going to show is this is Greta Thunberg as Muhammad, and it's her with her outrage, the way she always expresses herself. And here she is as Muhammad, saying, "How dare you deny that Islam means peace?" It's 11 by 17, pen and ink. I start off with pencil, of course. This is an old one here. And it might be obvious, self-explanatory. I believe I used graphite. This is all graphite. It looks very, very, very dark. If you look close, it looks like almost like ink, but it's not. It's graphite. And basically it's an alternative version of Darth Vader. Maybe, if his face was left intact, his body was destroyed. I was thinking probably a Punisher, like a Punisher style Darth Vader. Like amalgamation of both. And his mask does weigh. It does, suggest like a skull. It really does, especially when it's this way, like the Punisher symbol. And then I got this one, which I drew online. You know what? That's not your fault, Immoral Fat. I tried to go live with that link and it wouldn't let me, and I must have done something in the setup that was off. I apologize. But thanks for being here. Appreciate it. This one I drew live on the air. Free Speech Forever. It was a video that I did, after the scumbag commissioner of police in the UK was threatening not only his citizens, who they've thrown in jail now for, posting things that they don't like on social media, but threatening to indict American citizens into the UK to pay for their criminal posts on social media. It's insane, but this is where we are, and it's tragic. So in the middle of my discussing it, in the middle of my outrage, I drew Muhammad as I was discussing it. So this is what I did there, and it's just, I did it in pencil first, and then pen and ink. And as you could tell, this is my basic general Muhammad drawing with the horned turbans and the Hitler mustache. And also, I always give him the prayer scar, because Muslims, at least true believing Muslims, what they do is they pray. They try to pray harder than anyone else. They put their heads into the ground, as hard as they possibly can, into the carpet, to prove to their fellow Muslims that they're a harder prayer than they are. It's stupid, but it's a very physical religion, isn't it? Very physical on all fronts. This is the opening question of Atlas Shrugged, Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. I just thought, putting a profile, a mysterious profile on there. Pen and ink. This other one, this is, what's his name? Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett as Muhammad. And, believe, right? Believe. The liar. Another pen and ink, 11 by 17. I don't remember what sparked this one particular, but every so often when there's a particular attack, when there's something that's going on with, Muslims around the world, when they commit some atrocities, I often respond by drawing Muhammad and posting it out there. And this is one of the times, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I just know that something had happened, and I had drawn him, and he's sweating like a pig, which is an apt way to explain it. This also, let's see, I don't have it, do I? Okay, I do. Okay, this is a double page spread that I drew of Islamic paradise, Islamic heaven, with all the houris, which is how the 72 virgins are referred to. They're dressed in black. They have beautiful black eyes. And also something that's in the Quran, which isn't really talked about too much, but when I heard that, I was like, interesting. You have these servants, these young boys, as beautiful as pearls. That's how they're referred to. And that's one of them right there. That guy right there. And they're referred to as beautiful as pearls, and they serve all the Muslims who go into paradise, right? All the martyrs and the jihadist heroes, quote unquote. And it's interesting because it tells me that maybe Muhammad was trying to appeal to the local homosexuals in order to join jihad. It wasn't enough just to get the straight guys. He wanted some gay guys too. So I did this. It's a double page spread, and it ended up being also the cover, because I drew it for the inside of this Danish Quran, but it also ended up being used as the cover. And I'll show you the actual colored version on the inside. Give me 1 second. I forgot where it was, because it's I think I did about a dozen of these drawings. So here's the color version. And this is a great project to be part of. I was very proud to be part of it. The writer, he could not, I forgot how to pronounce the name, Kare Bluitgen, I've probably blown it, but he couldn't get anyone for a number of years to draw it. He's the guy, actually, 2005, who sparked the quote-unquote Muhammad cartoon crisis in 2005, where the Muslims went wild and killed, how many did they kill? A few hundred people in rampages across the Islamic world. And that's where the prohibition, the alleged prohibition about drawing Muhammad came out, because again, the Shiite Muslims have been drawing Muhammad for centuries, painting him for centuries. So it's not an ironclad prohibition, but I think the way I interpret it is that post 9/11, I think Muslims wanted to really flex their muscles against us Hey, Repairman Jack, appreciate it. Hail Comicsgate. Hail Comicsgate. Awesome. And this is basically the again that's the Quran that I ended up drawing, about a dozen drawings, and then also on the inside front cover I ended up drawing Allah as well, and also in the title page, which I sold the original art recently for that actually. That's Muhammad and Allah's coming out of his head because it's his imaginary friend. So this was an interesting thing. So again, the cover to this, here's the original art for it. If anyone's interested, I think for these type of things, I don't want to. I think $100 as a basic. I don't want to go lower than that. In other words, whatever some people want to fight over after the fact, great. But this is, it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of, design and again, even though it's simple. That doesn't mean there's no, process, no consideration, time, effort put into there. Because I love to strip things to the bone, similar to the master Alex Toth. Not that I'm like Alex Toth, but his art really showed me. I just love the fact of designing everything as well as I can for a storyteller. Hey, Mr. Solomon Hill. And this is something I did. I don't know if it was how long before the Joker movie, but it was maybe when it was hinted at. Hey, Trevor. Comics great, absolutely. This is the Woker, because it's not just these villains, but I remember there was a time where villains weren't heroized the way they are today. Whereas Thanos, right? People say, hey, a Carbon Heart, hail Carbon Heart. And where Thanos is referred to as some kind of, Thanos was right? They keep repeating it over and over. And also, when the Joker trailer came out, I remember the first trailer, 2018, maybe, the left were trying to make him out to be some kind of hero. And of course they would. He's a killer. He's a psychopath. He's nihilistic. And so I thought that was a pretty good way to just make a snapshot of the time where woke was really exploding at that moment in time. This is another one. This is Muhammad as Darkseid, Jack Kirby's Darkseid. I try to do the Kirby Crackle. I don't know if I was successful in doing that because I use a brush to ink, but I think it gives the general thrust. Hey, Bob Newfart. Hail. Love Jack Kirby, love his style, and I thought, giving a Darkseid like a semi-turban with again that Hitler mustache going down, and here it looks like there's somewhat of a beard between his eyes also somehow, and he has the prayer scar. Again, for those who just came, I just explained it, but the prayer scar is when Muslims pray but put their head down into the carpet as hard as they can and pray harder than their fellow Muslims to try to prove to their fellow Muslims, I'm a harder Muslim than you. I pray harder than you. I pray 10 times a day. To hell with 5. Yep. I'm sorry, Paul. Yep. Waiting for Bosch Watson. I know. I'm sorry about that. Apologize, man. Maybe. If you could ask him if he's willing to, but I don't. You know what? I don't want to mess up his situation because again, my work's a little more controversial. I think he's auctioning off comics, but hey, if he's willing to, sure, absolutely. But yeah, so this is another one. I only have about a dozen here, and this is another one of Kanye West. Basically, when he lost his mind and went on, Alex Jones was screaming that he loves Hitler. So I thought a funny way to do it was him screaming Jews and Zionists, but also looking like the Muslim. Thanks, Repairman Jack. Thanks. I did as well because again, some reason I thought I figured it out finally, and I didn't. I pressed live on my streaming program, and it said I couldn't because I chose something different. apologize. So I did go on Twitter and Facebook, and I just shared it publicly. Apologize. But thanks for being here, everyone. So basically, he's it's like Bond, James Bond. So he says Farrakanye, Muhammad Farrakanye. It's Farrakhan and Kanye West and Muhammad in one. So it's like a triple. It's a triple threat. This cartoon, and he's dressed like the what do you call those? The ones that Malcolm X was part of. What is it called? It's a certain Muslim group. It's more like a racist Muslim group. And this one is Muhammad as a rapper, threatening some infidels, yo. I'm killing me some infidels, yo. You know, I have a laugh with some of these. I think it's funny. And I sold the Muhammad versus Hitler rap battle cartoon to Frog Tony. And he sent it out there publicly, so I really appreciate it. Hey, Katie. Thanks for being here. And apologize for the link, everyone. Truly, I thought I figured it out. I didn't. I really didn't. Apologize. And then this one is, what's his name? Khan from the UK. He's the mayor of the UK. Yes, he would. What's his name? I forgot his name. Something Khan. Anyway, he's the mayor of London, right? And I remember when there was a big balloon of Trump that they were mocking him, and he was like, hey, man, we're all for free speech here. Sure he is. So I said, oh, all right, we're all for free speech, so how about if there was a Muhammad balloon in diapers? Because I think they made a baby Trump with diapers, so he has diapers on his head and on him with a sword. So I don't think he would be as appreciative and call it free speech. I think he would lose his mind and scream Allahu Akbar. That's what I think. And then the final one that I'm selling today, my auction, is this is an alternative to my winning Muhammad cartoon where I have Muhammad say, you can't draw me, that's why I draw you. So this one takes it a little further. This is on, I believe, every anniversary of the Charlie Hebdo massacre. I try to draw a new one, and also on the anniversary of that's right, of Sadiq Khan. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. That is Sadiq Khan. That's that bastard. Again, he lost it when... he was fine with the... and look, I'm fine with that too. It's like, you want to have a big balloon of Trump as a baby in the UK? Absolutely. Go for it. But then you should also be open to having Muhammad as a big balloon baby with a dirty diaper on his head. Because I think in the color version, which I have one of my books, I make it, it's not that clean. Let's just say it's a used diaper. Anyway, so he was all for free speech for the Trump baby balloon thing. But of course, if the tables were turned and there was a Muhammad balloon, he would snap. He would lose it. He probably would try to arrest those behind it. Probably would. These bastards, they want the free speech for themselves, whatever they want, and not for their political enemies. Anyway, so this is probably because it's like this. I think I drew this on the anniversary, one of the anniversaries of the day that the scumbags came to try to mass murder us in Garland, Texas, at that event where I was announced as the Muhammad Cartoon Contest winner. So yeah, this is a little more elaborate than mine. He goes, "You're going to die for drawing me. Doesn't your life mean anything to you?" And I go as explicit as I can. Life without freedom means nothing. And when I say that, it's not a line. It's not a joke. It's not something to try to sound cool. It's a fact. Without freedom, life is worthless. You look at any dictatorship, the people, they don't get to, know themselves. They don't get to, meet their best selves. They don't get to flourish in their lives. And so I take this stuff deadly seriously, to the point of drawing Muhammad over 600 times in the last 19 years. And those who tell me, "Aren't you afraid?" It's like, well, I'm still here. If I'm not an idiot. I'm not reckless. I don't go out. I don't walk into mosques and try to start drawing Muhammad in there. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sick of mosques anyway. I used to go there when I was a kid, and I used to pray and say the Allahu Akbar is bullshit. But I wouldn't do that. And every time, if I'm invited to places, it's rarely advertised. Yes, they have. UK is, you know, I made a little. It was 2013 after they were still submitting to Islam in every way. I said it's the UK, right? With FUCKED with the U and the K, capital letters emphasized, and then the rest of the letters smaller because it's fucked. And also, I had those letters fucked with the UK, and then I also had from Camelot to a Camelot. That was a joke I had for the last 11, 12 years, right? From Camelot to a Camelot. And literally a week or two ago, someone actually, this is true, someone actually put a picture on Twitter, on X, excuse me. I want to give the man his due. He wants to call it X. He paid enough money for it. Let's just give him the respect he's due and call it X. There was a picture of a guy with his camel on the streets of London. My joke came true. And I also take it further, it's like, it's what's called the Trojan camel. That's what Islam means peace was. That's what mass immigration from Islamic dictatorships were. Oh, no, Islam's fine. Muslims are great. Keep coming, keep coming. No, it's a complete lie. And whatever reason, people talk about, they want more workers, this and that. Muslims aren't the hardest workers. They really aren't. Historically speaking, they're not go-getters when it comes to making things happen in the world. They aren't. They could learn something from Jews on that level and Indians, their neighbors in the Middle East. So let me go through these one more time, and then if anyone wants to offer anything for these, hey, because I don't know. Again, I did an auction on Ethan Van Sciver's auction recently, and he was kind enough to let me put my Muhammad cartoons, which I gotta say, I really, really appreciate it, because it's he takes a hit with that. And I remember after I showed my first one, the second one he was like, "All right, Bosch, what else you got?" Almost bracing himself, which was hilarious. So let me just go through them one more time. If anyone's interested, this is my alternative Darth Vader drawing, almost like a Punisher Darth Vader style, where his mask looks like a skull when it's wrapped on the body, and also his hair, it suggests the helmet that he has. And again, this is made in graphite. It looks very, very dark. It's an interesting thing. I don't think I've ever drawn anything like that before, because I always do pen and ink. That's my main form of drawing, really, at least hand drawing. So that's available. This is an old, I would say 20 years old, almost for sure. I found a box the other day of a lot of these things, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen these things in so long. I also have, actually, I have one more thing here. Okay, this is interesting to me. Let me show you quick. I was looking in that box, right, and I found Table for One, my first graphic novel. I finished it 2002. I published it 2004 because 2002 I brought it to San Diego Comic-Con. I brought the entire pack, the entire book, 81 pages, right? And it was heavy. I was walking around with the entire book. I was showing editors. They seemed pretty interested, but nothing came of it. Ended up sending it, a Xerox copy, to Alex Toth, who loved it enough to send me a postcard. He was effusive in his praise, which is incredible, especially for younger cartoonists, because I was like, I just want to hear what the master says. Whatever it is, I'll take it in stride. If it's harsh, okay. If it's great, awesome. But I have to admit, a tear did come to my eye when I saw his postcard. Anyway, so I was looking in my in that box I mentioned, and these were some of the better doodles and sketches. Hey, Doc Brewski. Hell. Thanks, everyone. So thanks for being here, everyone. Truly appreciate it, again, because I couldn't go live on the actual link, and I apologize, but I'm glad you figured out I came here. You probably thought I messed up again, and I did. I don't know what happened. I just don't know. I couldn't go live this time, and it's with the Google Chrome. I did that all, right? Still. Anyway, these are some of the characters in Table for One, my first graphic novel. These were the better doodles, because I used to just, I was on my walks doodling them out sometimes. These are early, images of them. Even though this what right here might be the image at the end of Richie. Okay, David O. He's asking because there was someone. I posted the image of the guy who has a Pigman tattoo on his shoulder. I said, now that's a permanent Pigman fan, and he is. I mean, it's pretty awesome. And the images of Pigman, it's from my book Propaganda, which is the first print book that Pigman was ever in. It's called Propaganda: Drawing the Line Against Jihad. I had a blog for years, and I posted, as I was developing the story, The Infidel Pigman, I was posting images of Pigman as I was doing it, because I was like, I want to study Islam, I want to study jihad and do all this, yes, and I want to write my story. I built up basically a 1,000-page Bible, a story Bible. And I overdid it, but it's okay, because you want to get as much as you can out of the research. And of course, I can't use everything, but everything is sound. Everything that I say within a book, within a conversation, within the debates, within the battles is, propaganda, drawing the line against jihad. I have a copy, if you don't mind. One second. Let me get it. This is the Propaganda. It's 2009, published it. Drawing a Line Against Jihad. And if you look close, it's the Twin Towers there, and also Twin Towers on there. And that's the back cover. And this is basically like a poster book. It's my first published work of Muhammad as well, where you got Super Jihad, Pigman's enemy, and like the devil and angel on someone's shoulder. Well, the angel's out. I guess the devil killed him, and the devil ends up being Muhammad with his turban. And I didn't yet. I guess I must have drawn this 2005 or 2006 after the Muhammad cartoon crisis, quote unquote. Danish Muhammad cartoons. That's the first time I ever drew him, because again, being raised as a Muslim, I didn't know that there was a prohibition against drawing him. I didn't ever think about drawing him until 2005, when years after I left Islam. When these cartoonists were being threatened with death over, I said, to hell with that. I'm going to draw Muhammad in support of these guys. So yeah, these are some of the characters from TILF 1. This is not worth selling or anything. I just want to show you, because I found a whole box of these things, because it's a 20th anniversary of my first graphic novel, TILF 1, 20th anniversary, and I had thought about giving a color edition, but I'm a little too busy with my current project, which is about a few hundred pages graphic novel and adaptation, and that's a big one. So I just literally couldn't do it. Thanks, David. Yeah. David says, your life story is fascinating. I could listen to the story of your life for hours. Thank you. I am very happy to be at a Comicsgate. I mean, Comicsgate Kings on that Monday show, and just to be part of the entire group, because again, I've been in the wilderness for many, many years. Thanks, Trevor. Yeah, if you can't buy my art, please go to my store, boschfawson.com. Check out my comics. Check out my books. I have about 6 books. I don't include. It's funny. I don't include TILF 1 as a graphic novel anymore, even though it is technically. I just call it a comic. Yeah, they do hate me, Repairman Jack. They've been wanting to kill me for 19 years. I've been getting thousands of death threats. And speaking of my website, I have my books called Peaceful Death Threats, where I publish, a number of death threats on each page. Sometimes it could go from 6 to 10, and I got the death threats over Muhammad cartoons, right? And so I draw new Muhammad cartoons in response to these new death threats, and I publish them alongside them. And every so often, I roast the guys who send me death threats on their death threats in red ink. And it's fun. I mean, it's these guys got to be mocked. They have to be pushed back on. They have to be arrested if if they're trying to come after you, if they're a serious threat. I know most of these Muslims wouldn't act on their threats, but I know that if any group is going to act under threats, it is Muslims, more than any other group. That's why when I hear these online guys, these comic artists like Tom King, that piece of crap writer at DC, he had some security because he did a stupid thing. I think he had Bruce Wayne and Catwoman break up, and he got death threats from comic book fans. I mean, give me a break. Get serious here. I mean, is there a history of comic book creators being murdered by comic book fans who are pissed off? No. Is there a history of cartoonists being murdered by Muslims over Muhammad cartoons? Yes. Yes, there is. That's a big difference. So, show the receipts. If you talk about death threats, I want to see them. And also, I hope you die is not technically speaking a death threat. I don't have that in here where I hope you die. It's I'm going to kill you. I'm going to cut your head off. I'm going to rape you. All that, nasty stuff. Books shipped quickly. Thanks. Thank you. Immoral Fat, he just got Pigman. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. So, yeah, glad to be at Comicsgate Kings. Glad to be part of Comicsgate. It's something, again, I've never been part of any real group. The closest thing I've gotten was to objectivism. But even so, I don't like the group of any kind. I just don't. But the one that I feel most at home with is Comicsgate, right? Cartoonists. And I don't know. You know what? David L., he's asking if Peaceful Death Threats was inspired by CNN's mostly peaceful protests. No, it wasn't. It was by the fact that the Savages, because I did that years ago. The first one, 2017, I believe, 2018, before the idiots were saying that, where these Muslims threatened me with death, and after they threaten me with death, they say how peaceful Islam is in the same sentence. And I have a number of those examples in the 2 volumes that I have. I can make 4 or 5 volumes of those books. I don't know if I'm going to take the time to do it anymore. I might not, because I kept finding interesting ways to draw Muhammad, because I said, okay, let me use musicians, let me use wrestlers, whatever it's called. I don't even know, the WWF, whatever. So I was finding, let me use the Universal monsters from the past, Star Wars characters, and maybe a next one could be the comic book pros across history, right? Maybe. Even those SCG, all drawn as Muhammad. That could be fun. Ethan Van Sciver as Muhammad, Shane Davis, and all these guys. I mean, that could be fun. Chuck Dixon. Well, I don't know if he's part of Comicsgate, but Mike Barron. Even though in a lot of, as Ethan says, a lot of us, non-leftists are part of Comicsgate, whether we admit or not. I know people like to disassociate themselves because whatever, and it's all in good fun. I mean, it's. I just don't think that sometimes if you lean in on the worst caricature they have of you. Look, I get enough shit as it is. I'm not going to lean in on the worst caricature that they have of me. I'm not. So some people won't do that. It's fine. As throwaway jokes, totally fine with that. Thanks. Katie Did's channel, I sent you another clip. You can ignore the 20 minutes on. Okay. I was curious. You never know where you will find inspiration. Yeah, I think some. That could be fun, right? All the comic skaters drawn as Muhammad, and then again, I can go back in history. Stan Lee as Muhammad, Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, Alex Toth. John Romita Jr., John Romita Sr., John Buscema, his brother Sal Buscema, Ron Friends, Al Milgram. Oof. Anyway, it's just fun. Ethan Muskiver. Okay, so if anyone is interested in any of these, let me know. I'm assuming, I guess, maybe off here. You can let me know. So let me go through them again, and then maybe I might read from my essay on my Draw Muhammad challenge, which was a challenge to all cartoonists. Because they had the ice bucket challenge, all those challenges. I said, all right, I'm gonna have a Draw Muhammad challenge. Why not, right? So let's see if I can do that, or I might just show you these, and then we'll see if anyone's interested in any of these. Let me know. Maybe on X, on Facebook, in messages, whatever. But again, let me go through them again. This is Greta Thunberg as Muhammad, doing her, outrage. How dare you deny that Islam means peace? This is, this is a Muhammad I drew very likely after an attack I don't remember exactly what it was for, but I I do that pretty often. It could have been maybe when they beheaded that one school teacher. I don't know, because one thing I did also after they beheaded that Samuel Paty, I think was his name, the French teacher. He showed his students an example of free speech by showing them Muhammad cartoons, right? And he got his head cut off in the middle of the street after. So right before I went to press with, I believe it probably was the second volume of Peaceful Death Threats, or it was Islam Bitches, which is my book about the Islamophiles across history who have kissed Islam's ass for irrational reasons, for dishonest reasons. And so I dressed them up in Islamic garb, and I have Muhammad as a pimp dressed in 70s pimp gear with platform shoes, with a cane, hat. He has all different, crazy 1970s like clothes, long collars and bell bottoms. And I have him pointing at each one and naming them. And then I also have, what was I going to say about, okay, so it was at the back of that, I believe, right before I went to press. I said, after they killed the guy, I said, I have to respond to this. So what do I do? Okay, I'm going to draw Muhammad on my iPad with my middle finger. And I did. I drew Muhammad with my middle finger and noted it in the actual text in there. I'm going to show you, actually. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. I'm going all over the place here, but I think it's worth it. Because again, that was just a horrific attack on free speech, on human beings who just want to live free. We don't live in Islamic hellholes. We live in the West. We live in a world where we take free speech deadly seriously. Let me try to find it. 1 second. I got the files here. Okay. And it might be here. I believe it's here or in Peaceful Death Threats Part 2. One or the other. Give me 1 second. It's not cooperating with me yet. I got it on my iPad here. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Apologize. Actually, it's probably, Peaceful Death Threats 2. Let's see. Okay. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, 1 second. You know what? Let me get it. 1 second. Right back. Right back. It was indeed Peaceful Death Threats 2, which is this one. For part 2, I had Muhammad in a wife beater, a bloody wife beater, for obvious reasons. And he's given a peace sign / part 2, volume 2, right? And on the back cover, he's praising me. He's praising me here. And then here's the thing that I just mentioned, Samuel Paty. That's the Muhammad cartoon that I drew with my middle finger on my iPad. I just, it was just another reminder of the savages and how they want to take us out. So here's this is what I wrote. This is right before I went to press. I just drew this new Muhammad cartoon right before going to print. It's for Samuel Paty, or Paty. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. The French teacher who was beheaded by a Muslim for showing his students Muhammad cartoons in a lesson on free expression. I drew with my middle finger on my iPad. So again, that's just, came out pretty good actually for my middle finger. I don't think I've ever drawn with my middle finger before. But yeah, so I'll go through them one more time, and then, because I don't know how to go about it here. If you guys are interested, let me know on messages on Twitter, or even just on X, or even just on the feed. This is once again Islamic Paradise. I drew this for a book, a Danish book, basically it was a Quran, a Danish Quran. Um, you could argue, well, why are you drawing a Quran? Well, the fact is, I drew Muhammad a number of times there and Allah, so it's still considered, evil. So this is the book. I did get my. Yep, exactly, David O. Yep, I got my 1,000 subscribers, but I have to get the watch hours. I didn't know that. I assumed it was 1,000 of the subscribers, and that's that. But no, you got to get the watch hours. I think whatever it is, something 4,000 watch hours. I think. I'll get there. And again, check out my YouTube channel. I've been doing a number of reviews of comics that I love, but also of Alex Toth interviews, I guess retrospectives on Alex Toth. I'm up to 8 videos for Alex Toth so far. Some of them are like an hour and a half, some of them are a little shorter. But I'm getting to the point where I just want to introduce people who may not know Alex Toth to a new audience, to a more modern audience. And by the time I get my channel better, I hope they're a go-to place for people who want to know about Toth. And again, I'm just reading, interviews with him. And I am digressing a little as I read, though, because I'm thinking about certain things that he said and did, and certain things that I can connect to them. So again, this is a Paradise, Islamic Paradise. It was for this book that I drew, a Danish Quran, and this was used on the cover and on the inside. And of course, I colored it in digital. All my art is hand drawn, pencil ink, and then I letter and colored digitally. I just like it that way. I just prefer it. This is again the Woker, Joker / Woker. Muhammad as Jack Kirby's Darkseid. Kanye West / Louis Farrakhan / Muhammad. It's like a triple. This is after he went on Alex Jones and started losing his shit about Jews and loving Hitler and all that. And he lost his mind. So I said, Farrakhan, Muhammad Farrakhan. So it's basically Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan, and Kanye West. Muhammad as a rapper. I'm a killing me some infidels, yo. Shit. It's pretty it's pretty fun. This one again, Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London. One more time. He took no objection to the Donald Trump big baby balloon. He's dressed like a baby with the diapers, and they had him as a big balloon in a parade in the UK. And he was asked about it. He goes, well, freedom of expression. And he's right. And I agree with that. Yeah, sure. But then I said, okay, how about if I have Muhammad as a balloon with a dirty diaper on his head and on him? I don't think he would be open to freedom of expression for that. I doubt it. Highly doubt it. I think he'd lose his shit and become a jihadist. Allahu Akbar. So that's what that is. That's right, Miss Almond. Shit. Thanks. Yeah, the rapper one is just fun. It's just fun. It really is. I'm a killing me some infidels, yo. And again, I don't want to go under 100 for any of these, but you guys want to, I don't know. I don't even know how to go about it here. I guess I should have figured that all out. But you guys want to make some offers, go for it, and then we'll just go from there. This was done on one of the anniversaries of the day where almost died when the jihadists came to Texas to kill us, and the cop blew their heads off. They got some shots off. They got a cop in the ankle, unfortunately. But the only ones to die that day were those who were coming to kill us. I mean, just justice, absolute justice. And again, this is the opening line of Atlas Shrugged, Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged, a mysterious profile. Jussie Smollett. He puts the lie in belief. And then this one again, Free Speech Forever. It was something I drew live in real time, and I posted it on YouTube on the day that the savages in the UK, and I'm not talking about the Muslims, the jihadis, I'm talking about those the commissioner, who wants to basically try to extradite Americans to the UK for things that they put on. Thanks, Paul. Excellent, appreciate it. 110 for Paul for my anniversary. This one, and basically, again, pen and ink, 11 by 17, right? And he goes, "You're going to die for drawing me." Again, this is on the anniversary of my winning cartoon where Muhammad tells me, you can't say that. And I say, sorry, not you can't say that. Apologize. You can't draw me. And then I say, as the artist in the thing, that's why I draw you. That's why I draw you. And here he goes a little further, a little more elaborate. And again, it's like I found a pretty interesting way to fill up, to make it different than the one, because the other one's all white and back. The only thing that's in ink is the figure and the word balloons, and then the hands are drawn in pencil as I left them here as well. So here he goes, "You're going to die for drawing me. Doesn't your life mean anything to you?" And I say, life without freedom means nothing. And again, these things might sound, I don't know, highfalutin. It's not. This is life. This is without our freedom. What the hell are we? We're not Americans anymore. We're not free people anymore. If we can't draw when an enemy tells us not to draw, what the hell are we? Imagine World War II, right? The savage Nazis telling us you can't draw Hitler, and we're like, okay. But isn't that what we're doing today? Isn't that what we're doing today? Isn't there enough self-respect from people to say, fuck you? We're going to draw whatever the hell we want, especially if an enemy tells us not to draw that. It's like, oh, I was never going to draw Muhammad until you guys said you're going to kill me if I don't, if I do. So, Paul, 110. Okay. Trevor, 120 confirmed. Thanks, Trevor. So I'll just leave this up now. If you guys want to battle it out here, whoever wants to, for another minute or two, because I don't want to go too long here. But so this was, I could find out what year this was. I know that every anniversary I try to draw a new one. And again, it sticks in my head. It's May 3rd, 2015. And it was January 7th, 2015, the Charlie Hebdo massacre. And again, the Charlie Hebdo massacre, this is linked with Charlie Hebdo because Charlie Hebdo massacre happened January 7th, 2015, right? Shook me to my core. I couldn't stand also. I mentioned this in one of my videos, but let me repeat it here. Thanks, Dead Air. Appreciate it. Follow a panel where the sword is swung in the artist's hands, writing with red splash across the page. Yeah, maybe he cut himself, right? But Charlie Hebdo happens. Yeah, it is, Mr. Solomon. This is, because again, I was drawing Muhammad for, at least at that point, 2015, a few dozen times. Now I've drawn him again over 600 times. And I'm not trying to draw him besides the fact that I look around me, I'm like, God damn it, guys. Okay, Paul Forster, 130 for this, 130. And let me repeat again. Charlie Hebdo massacre, January 7, 2015 happens, right? 13 human beings get slaughtered for drawing Muhammad. Whether they're cartoonists or editors, it didn't matter. They were just innocent people. 2 Muslim brothers went in there, and then they killed other people down at a deli, I believe, as well. They were going around town. In the wake of that, politicians from our State Department go there, other ones from the world, and they have this big walk down Paris, right? And they're saying, Je suis Charlie. We are Charlie. You're not Charlie. If you're not drawing Muhammad, you're not Charlie Hebdo. You're not. You're not. If you're drawing Muhammad, yes, you can absolutely say that. And that's why, this one guy wrote something for me. He goes, Je suis Bosch, and that's pretty cool. But the point is that if you're not drawing Muhammad, and I remember they were throwing pens in the air, like, yay, we're Charlie Hebdo. I was like, no, they're wearing T-shirts of Je suis Charlie, not on the Muhammad cartoons. If politicians were holding up cartoons that Charlie Hebdo had published in their newspapers and held them up, now we're talking. That's a worthy walk down Paris, right? That's a worthy walk. It's like, okay, guys, good. They would never do that, ever. Thanks, Mr. Solomon. He goes, I have followed you since the early 2000s. I had a mildly successful political blog for some years, so it's exciting to see with CG. Me too. It's so exciting. I feel at home. I really do. It's just great to be here. It really is, because you're out in the wilderness, we're all, as artists, we're all, keep to ourselves in a lot of ways. So for this group to exist and to be welcomed in, it's a big deal for me, a big deal. And I remember some hack today, actually, he was trying to say, hey, you love Toth, and here you are sitting with Ethan Van Sciver, and you have no principles, sir. It's like, Ethan Van Sciver's got balls the size of boulders. I mean, he really does. What he does with himself, hey, Jose, appreciate it. He's got balls. So this is up at 1:30 right now for Paul. If anyone wants to challenge it, I'll give it another minute. If anyone wants to challenge it, let me know. And let's go from there. So let me do a countdown. So again, this is another anniversary image of my Winnie Muhammad cartoon. A little different take on it, where Muhammad and me are having a conversation. Because again, I've drawn him so many times, I figured, why don't I have him, yelling at me, trying to threaten me, right? I thought it was a good idea to do. So I did this at one of the anniversaries. I can find out exactly when, because I can look back May 3rd every year. Every year I try to do that. Again, it's a meaningful moment in my life, because I was looking to, it's actually a Hitler mustache, because there's a connection with Hitler and Islam. Hitler was a fan of Islam. He called it a masculine, muscular religion, right? He had the, what was the name? What's the name? The guy from quote unquote Palestine who went in there. The Grand Mufti of Jerusalem went into Germany, right? Invited there, and he was trying to push the German soldiers, the Nazis, to kill more Jews at a faster rate, because he thought they were lazy. So Hitler, I was raised by Muslims who admired Hitler. These are American Muslims in New York City, right? Admired Adolf Hitler. Why? Because he killed more Jews than anyone. So there's that. Even the non-observant Muslims, the passive Muslims, hate Jews and treat women like shit, beat them. So however moderate my family was, the Jew hatred, the misogyny, hardcore as can be. Dr. Ben asks, do you know of any plans for a tribute for the 10-year anniversary of Charlie Hebdo? No idea. There should be a great one, and there should be, God damn it, there should be a Draw Muhammad event where individuals go there, have some security, definitely have some security, but Draw Muhammad, truly honor them. By Draw Muhammad. And that's coming up. That's coming up next year. A few months, 10 years. And 10 years since I won the Muhammad Cartoon Con. It was hard to believe. It truly is. 10 years of my life, my life changed completely after. Whatever my life was before, it's not the same. I can't get into details clearly, but let's just say my life has never been the same. And the Hamas attacks, the horrific Hamas attacks, 10/7. And it's interesting, the timing of it all, right? People who weren't necessarily Jew haters came out as Jew haters hardcore after 10/7. It's like, okay, you come out as Jew haters when Jews had the worst attack ever, the more Jews killed in a single day than the Holocaust, since the Holocaust. That's when you decide to come out as a Jew hater? Okay, I mean, I'm glad they did, because now we know who they are. I'm not sure DJ Gravy Mix what you mean, but anyway, so Paul, we left this at 1:30. If anyone wants to challenge that, or we're going to, I guess, leave it at that, right? So going once, going twice, going 3 times. Paul. This is Paul's. Thanks, Paul. get in contact with me in a message, and we'll do the exchange. Appreciate it. 11 by 17 again, in pencil, in ink, and it's a little different than my Winning Muhammad cartoon because again I used a black background, and as you can see, I had me as the artist drawing in the black as if he's just about to finish the drawing while Muhammad's threatening him. So thanks, Paul. And again, anyone else wants to bid on these? The Jesse Smollett. He puts the lie in believe. Jesse Smollett as thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I have the Greta Thunberg as Muhammad. How dare you deny that Islam means peace? I have the Muhammad as a rapper. Again, I'm a killing me some infidels, yo. Shit. I hate rap music. I really do. But I know, people like it and all that. I have cousins, I have family who love it. I can't stand it, but I sure as hell have fun drawing Muhammad as a rapper. He has his semi-turban, baseball hat type thing, with his hoodie. It's like a hoodie / baseball hat, turban. And if anyone wants to offer anything on this, let me know. Jesse Smollett is national treasure. We all had a good laugh, yeah. Oh yeah, Jesse Smollett, national treasure. So anyone wants to offer for this, let me know. Muhammad as a rapper. Again, I don't want to go under 100 for any of these. I really don't, but let's just see how far we can get it. If you're interested. I'll get the hang of this one day, guys. And I will go live on the actual link that I put, which is unfortunate. Sorry about that. I was told I couldn't go live, so I had to open up a new channel and open that live. Sorry about that. Yes, rap is haram. Then I also have the dark side as Muhammad. All right, guys. So if you're interested, let me know. Maybe we'll just I don't know. I got that one. I appreciate it, Paul. Thank you. Appreciate it, Trevor, for bidding. If anyone wants to bid on this, let me know. I'll keep it up there for a few minutes. One second, guys. Immoral fat 40 ounce. I'm a rapper, yo. Shit. Whatever happened to Muhammad's side? To this one? It's right here. Okay, Hosam. This is it's Muhammad as Dark Side, Jack Kirby's Dark Side. And again, I try to do the Kirby crackle. Excuse me. What did I say? Mike Hunt. He goes, I went down Bosch rabbit hole when I saw you on JJ Trujillo's channel. Thanks, man. Great interview. JJ was great. We had a great talk. Really enjoyed it. Thanks. Yeah, I'm fortunate. I'm being introduced to a new group of people, which I really appreciate. Again, I'm such a loner that I never even considered joining any kind of group or anything. I just never did. It's not my nature, right? Well, Ethan's show, Trashcast, right? I listen to podcasts. I listen to all that. I can listen to less and less these days, though. But Ethan's show, it's a must watch, a must listen. And there are a few reasons. First of all, he's a good broadcaster, right? He talks culture, politics, all that. But comic books, right? You got these guys like Dan Bongino, talks a big game about comic books. He loves superheroes, all that. I gave him my opinion on comics at an event once. I never heard back from him, nothing. I don't think he's a real comic book fan. I think he liked a few things, maybe some of the movies, who knows. I think even though he did say he liked the old comics, but anyway, When Ethan talks about comics, you know he loves them. He's dedicated his life to making them. So you got culture, politics, comic books. That's the show for me, and I'm hooked on it. So it's awesome. So again, Jose M, if you're interested in the Dark Side Muhammad, make a bid, and then if anyone else is interested, go back and forth, and we'll see how that goes. Again, the Kirby Crackle, I couldn't quite do. I use a brush. Again, I use a brush most of my drawings. All these, if I'm not mistaken, I use a brush on. I believe clearly this one, the wrapper one, I clearly used a brush there. I think I use brush for everyone. I just love that tool. It's just a beautiful tool, thin to thick, as versatile as anything ever. Yeah, I agree, Mike Hunt. Mike Hunt. Ethan is a natural broadcaster. If this little comic thing doesn't work out, oh, for sure. Definitely he could do radio. I have as well, and we're all fat 40 ounce. I've seen every single episode of the Trashcast. And that's, to me, that's when Ethan really came into his own, because I watched the show sporadically prior to that. But when I saw him go in on Eric July and Yellow Flask, as I call him, I was like, okay, this is getting really good here, because those guys had it coming. Those dead guys definitely had it coming. And it's like, all right, you don't fuck around like that. You just don't. And also this idea, right? Look, I respect comic book writers, but a lot of these guys on okay, Jose M, 125 confirmed for Dark Side Muhammad. Anyone else wants to challenge that? Let's put it up here for a few minutes. Let me know. And again, this is the great villain that Jack Kirby created in the Fourth World series. Loved that series, and I also loved Walt Simonson's Orion series, which was fantastic. Fantastic, yeah. Matt Barr, hilarious. I made that one head wound cartoon. Someone actually, I just drew a head wound cartoon. Someone said, "Hey, can you put that on a T-shirt?" I said, "Sure." And Ethan mentioned it last night on Trashcast, which is great. I really appreciate that. And I took the little clip, put it on my channel, and just mentioned it. It's fun. It's a fun cartoon, But yeah, so anyone else interested in Dark Side Muhammad, let me know. Jose threw down 125 confirmed, and if we can go from there, let's just wait a minute. Anyone else wants a challenge, let me know. Do not want to win a big auction. Mr. Solomon says, do you not want to wait for one of the big auction streams, or is it a little too edgy for the... That's the thing, Mr. Solomon, I appreciate the hell out of Ethan having me on, but he gets enough shit, he really does. I don't want to give him more shit than he needs. He's been very kind to have me on, and very kind to have me on that stream, but he did private it. I don't blame him at all. So that's why if I do another one, if I do another stream, auction stream, if they have me on again, because again, I sold the Muhammad versus Hitler rap battle, I sold Muhammad's husband, a cartoon, with Muhammad with his husband, and I don't want to put that on anyone. I really don't. I mean, if there's a stress test in life, as I say, if there's a stress test in life, Ethan passed it with flying colors, and life is a stress test. He doesn't give a shit. That's huge for himself, for his work, for people who admire him, for people who get on the show. It's like, okay, I feel like we're not going to be bounced from here for doing these type of things, which to me, drawing Muhammad is not controversial. Not drawing him, that's the rub. That's the thing that I don't understand. Drawing him, to me, is as natural as breathing, and natural as being free. It's like when a scumbag enemy in a time of war tells you can't draw him, fuck you, I'm drawing him over and over again. That's what you do. This content, Ms. Solomon says, this content opens up a whole new sheet stream. LOL, might be considered to keep it off the... Exactly. That's the thing. If someone says, "Hey, bring your Muhammad cartoons on my stream," absolutely. But I'm not going to do that on Ethan anymore. So if I do get on the auction again, I will give my other art, my non-Muhammad art, and then tell people during a live stream, during an auction, say, "Hey, you want to buy my more quote-unquote controversial stuff, which I don't see as controversial, come on my stream right after." I think that'll be a good balance. It's like, all right, let me sell some other stuff there and then go from there. My cunt, they would. Not only would they arrest me in the UK, but the scumbag commissioner of police is threatening to extradite Americans to the UK for saying things that they don't agree with on social media, which is sick. Yep. Amoral Fat 40 ounce. It says creative freedom on my Comics Gay baseball hat. 100%. Again, it's like, when you believe that you have no more free speech, no more freedom, you operate that way, right? You censor yourself. That's the killer. Self-censorship, that's the real censorship. Because again, we still have free speech, no matter what the enemy is trying to do to us, the enemy on the left, the Islamic enemy. Once you believe free speech is over, you're over. It's not over, but you're over. So again, Jose M. put down 125. If anyone wants to challenge that, if not, in about a minute. So one more time, this is Darkseid Muhammad, Jack Kirby's great villain. So great that he's like the biggest bad guy in the DC universe now. I don't know if you guys read one of the Dark Knight comics. It was Frank Miller writing it, some communist artist drawing it, and Frank Miller had Darkseid and the Joker teaming up to get Donald Trump elected. I don't even understand what Miller was thinking. He's been trying to kiss the ass of the left ever since he went after Occupy Wall Street and ever since he did Holy Terror, and it's going badly. It's really going badly. It's not working. He should stop. Just stop, Frank. Just stop. Do what you do. You got enough money, you have enough fame, just do with it whatever the hell you want to do. Don't worry about these guys. You got your own comic. You have, Sin City, your own universe. Keep doing that. I'd love to see another Sin City. Baldrix Turnip says, "What's funny, I actually held in my hands 15th century Persian Quran with beautiful figural illuminations, including, yes, depictions. They must have been Shiite Muslims, because again, as I mentioned prior, the Shiite Muslims have been drawing Muhammad for centuries, right? So it's not quite the prohibition as Muslims like us to believe. Now, the Shiites are not Sunnis, but still, they're Muslims. I think Miller does have FU money, He definitely does. I mean, when he has a single page of a Dark Knight selling for $400,000, that's huge. Anyway, so, Jose M., I think he's the one who laid down 125. And I think if anyone else wants to give one last going once, going twice, Jose M., this is yours. Just reach out to me on social media, message, or just out on the feed. Just let me know. So if anyone's interested in the rapper, this seemed like people got a little interested there. It's basically saying, shit, I'ma killing me some infidels, yo. Muhammad dressed in a baseball hat / turban / hoodie. Threatening to kill some infidels, yo. If anyone's interested in this, let me know. You want to throw down anything? Let me know. And again, I've been drawing him in every which way. People tell me sometimes, draw him this way, draw him that way. I've drawn him over 600 times. I've drawn him every which way. But I don't draw him, yet. Jose, it's yours. So just contact me, let me know, and we'll make the exchange. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Paul, Jose. If anyone wants this, let me know. Again, I don't draw him in obscene ways. People say, hey, draw him banging a pig, right? I'm like, I don't really, that's not my thing. You're a pussy. It's like, yeah, you can say that, but that's just not the case. My cunt says, I thought I was left wing. I don't know anymore. I guess in 90s left. Yeah, well, the left went further left. That's what they do, right? The left always goes further and further left. If anyone wants to throw down something on this, let me know. If not, maybe I'll just call this a stream and end. And just thanks for coming, guys. Apologize about the different stream. Apologize. I couldn't start the one that I started. That sucks. Apologize for that. But thanks for everyone for being here. If anyone wants to bid on this, let me know now. Muhammad as a rapper, 11 by 17, pen and ink. If anyone wants to lay it down. Again, over 100. I don't want to go less than that. I appreciate it again. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so it looks like there's no more activity here. Maybe I'll just call it. If anyone wants to throw down a bid on this, have a little bidding war on this. It's a fun one. It's Muhammad the rapper, and then also the Farrakhan one, Muhammad Farrakhan. It's Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan, and Kanye West in one. Okay, guys. So no more action here. Thanks for being here, everyone. I really do appreciate it. But if there's going to be no more bids... And again, you can contact me later at any point. I hear you, Mike. It's a tough time for everyone. Mike's broke, yo. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. The Infidel featuring Pigman. It's funny, in my original release of Pigman, when it was just digital, it was the Infidel in big letters, Pigman in small. Now it's Pigman in big. And for a CG edition, I'm going to have, I think, just called Pigman. And again, it's two stories in one, twin brothers based on me, as if I split myself in two. That's the story, right? As if I split myself in two, became a born-again Muslim, or became like myself, a recovered Muslim. And they battle it out ideologically, the two brothers, right? And then there's a story that echoes them, which is a Pigman versus Super Jihad, who are like brothers, and they're both writing and drawing. They're actually just writing against jihad and Islam until 9/11, where Super Jihad Muhammad embraces Islam once again. As soon as the second plane hits, he drops to his knees, Allahu Akbars it, right? And they go at it. So it's the echo of the brother story, and it's the reason why I did that was because, again, I love superheroes. So I guess that's it, guys. But thanks for being here. If you want to check any of these out, let me know. Maybe offer it online in a message. Just let me know. Yeah, they do ship overseas. I got to charge a little extra, guys. I just do. But Mike, I do have them available in digital as well for half the price of print. It might be a way you want to go. You might like print. I love print, but shipping costs very expensive, man. And I had to hike them because, again, it's too much. They are. I believe they are, Jose. I believe they are. I don't know. Is there a way to make them so? If anything, I don't know. Maybe let me know. But regardless, just reach out to me. Thanks, Baldrick. Yeah, this is my third live stream. I'm getting the hang of this. I now have at least about 30 videos actually that were pre-recorded. The Toth ones, the 8 Toth videos. I have a video on how John Ramirez Sr., how John Ramirez Sr. Took Steve Ditko's brilliant Spider-Man design and perfected it with the way he wrapped the webs around the body, around the face, where it suggested a human face. And I show you in the video what I mean. I show you through drawing, nothing words. I actually draw Peter Parker's head, and then I draw the web design over his face to let you know that there's a line that goes across his nose, across his mouth, and it suggests a human face. It's pretty wild. I just, it was something. It was so right when I saw John Romita Sr.'s version of Spider-Man. I was like, "There's something," and I figured out. So of course he's doing the placeholders for the nose and the mouth, and it looks, even though it's a mask, it looks like a human through that. Check it out. I did that. I did a review of Daredevil 181, probably the greatest single issue of Daredevil, and then also issue 130 of the Born Again Daredevil story, which is hands down the greatest Daredevil, story. Written by Frank Miller. He came back to Daredevil after a few years, and Dave Mazzucchelli was just, becoming an all-time great during that series. And then he went to do Batman Hero, but he was becoming an all-time great during that series. And he was using different techniques, pens, brushes, all different type of things. Hey, Paul. Okay. Thanks for letting Jose know that my DMs look be open, as it gives you the option to message with a little. Okay. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. All right, guys. So any other questions, words? Anyone who read Pigman have a question, or anyone wants any of these? Again, I got Muhammad as a rapper. Muhammad in this is a threesome between Louis Farrakhan, Muhammad, and Kanye West. Yeah. Everyone told me not to get it. The Daredevil book? Which one? 181 or thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. About the Daredevil book? Which one? The Daredevil Born Again? It's the greatest single story, the Daredevil ever. It's, it was great. It's great. It really is. And issue 181 is fantastic. That's probably, the single greatest issue of Daredevil ever. It was a culmination of a number of years of Miller's work on Daredevil at that point. Bullseye, Kingpin, Elektra, Daredevil. Everything was just coming to a head. And he was hitting on all of the cylinders when it came to his writing, his drawing. Klaus Janson may have colored that as well. I believe he did. It's great. It's just great. But again, guys, any more, just let me know. If you're interested, you can always just offer me something off this stream. But again, guys, thank you very much. Glad you were here. Yeah, correct, Mike. That was the initial thing. Because again, when I did it, I was like, I want to have the superhero thing, yes. But I also said, okay, I need a little more meat. So let me make it a cultural, philosophical, political comic book outside of just a superhero battle. And ultimately, though, the superhero battle is taken on also an ideological battle between Pigman and Super Jihad and their secret identities on this one show that they're on. And they're battling for pages, So it's like both stories are echoing each other pretty well. Something happens in issue 3 to Pigman. Something happens to Killian, to my fictional my stand-in. Something happens in both of them, let's just say. A little differently, but their worlds will never be the same in issue 3. But thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike Hunt, for being here. Funny name. And Paul and Jose, appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the support. And I will see you next time. And I'll try to get this right. I will try to get this right. I got to figure it out because, again, the stream that I had prepared, it wouldn't open. You can't go live for whatever reason, so I said, okay, let me just scrap that. But thanks again, everyone. Again, I do appreciate your time being here. And Paul and Jose, appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Thank you.